everyone. I know this week that you're delving into the social theories of aging. And I wanted to just add something to this discussion because it's become really clear that across the gerontology community, people are beginning to try to think beyond these theories and to think about how do we look across disciplines, each of whom will have their own theories, to think about what someone has called the gerontological imagination. The person who's most recently written about this is a man named Kenneth Ferraro. And as he points out, as gerontology and the whole field of studies of aging has grown so rapidly in recent years, that we need a new paradigm for thinking across disciplines. So while it's important to have social theories and they're really useful to us, I think certainly in practice they help us think about the social milieu and environment of people and perhaps their life course. But how do we look across disciplines in the field of gerontology to also get a broader picture of the person as they age? And I thought it might be interesting to you to just tell you a little bit about Ferraro's views. He talks about that what we need to look at are a range of factors. The first is causality, and what we mean by that in terms of the effects of certain things on the aging process. He also does emphasize the life course analysis, and as you've all just done by doing the timelines and mapping of your interview subject, you see how important that is in determining the late life outcomes for older people. He also stresses that we need to look at multifaceted change, that people are also very adaptable, very resilient, and also we have to look at the rapid pace of external change, which is also very new. And many of our theories perhaps are not really able to take that into account. We also have to look more at the heterogeneity of the population, growing diversity, and really delve into, across the disciplines, the effects of this diverse way of experiencing life on what happens in later life. He also talks about the accumulation process, and he looks at this both from the physical perspective and research that's being done on the accumulation of, let's say, negative physical changes in our bodies, and the old thinking that that was sort of you just built up these negative changes until you had these negative outcomes in old age, such as inevitable decline and things like that. And that we're looking differently at that process of accumulated experiences and onslaughts, as it were, to our physical presence over the lifetime, that these are also really shifting. He also says it's really important that we look at ageism in this perspective as we look at this new paradigm. And again, you've looked at that also. So this is really what people are now beginning to talk about as the new gerontological paradigm, cross-disciplinary, but needing a broader umbrella in which we can look at findings from various disciplines to have a new way of thinking about aging that goes beyond traditional gerontology. So as you think about the theories, this may be useful to you, and if you want to check out the book, it's The Gerontological Imagination, an Integrative Paradigm of Aging by Kenneth Ferraro. And very interesting, especially for those of you who might be interested in the future of gerontology. Great work to everyone so far this term, and I look forward to seeing you again.